What is up, everyone? It's Sam from 64 Wheels. I'm back with what I think is another exclusive. This is the second series of the Hot Wheels Fast and Furious Spy Racers moving parts cars. These were Target exclusives the first time. I assume they'll be Target exclusives again. It is a 5-car set now instead of a 4-car set. The original set actually came with these. And now there is a 5th one, the Macalister Motors Superfin, that the guy, Shifter, I think his name was, I'm probably going to say it wrong. Hang on, let me look at the spelling so I can make sure I say it right. Sashis. He was one of the bad guy, the main bad guy last season, but this car was killer in the cartoon. So I'm excited to open these up because they are recolors of the set I did before, and we'll compare those to the cars I opened before, and I'll also put a link in the description to that first series so you can look those up if you haven't seen it. But this is such an awesome series because these are $1.27, I believe, at Target, and they have moving parts. All the cars have moving parts, so I'm really pumped to open these up because I really like this cartoon. The first series is pretty killer. The Ion Motors Thresher is probably one of the best cartoon cars ever, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into it here. So I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna like kind of do my down to the new one. We'll leave the Superfin for last, but this is, I totally can't even remember. I'm totally dropping the character's name. This is Cisco and Frosty's car. That's who they are. The first version was green, so basically now they've inverted the colors a little bit and gave it new wheels, which I think the black looks really killer on it. And the car art is updated. It has the same action, but we're going to go ahead and open them all up and see what they look like. So if you haven't watched the cartoon, it's Fast and Furious based loosely. Tony Toretto is Dominic's like nephew or cousin or something, and he basically runs an undercover race operation. When they're spy racers, they work for the government and do like secret missions, kind of like Fast and the Furious does now. So the reason for these recolors, I'll kind of do it without, I'm going to preface with a little bit of spoiler, so if you haven't seen the second season. In the first episode of the second season, Tony's Ion Motors Thresher gets dropped from a helicopter and it gets totaled. So basically, the second episode is them debuting all the new paint schemes for the cars, and they have upgrades. So each of them have a new power, and this is what Frosty's, and I'm totally blanking on the name. I need to remember. Cisco, Frosty and Cisco, the truck they usually run around in the rally Baja Crawler. So like I said, this is it looks really great in black. The moving parts of this is the front push-out bumper, which it's a pretty simple action, but it's a pretty cool truck. Like, I really think the wheels are a nice upgrade to it. So here's the old one, and I'll put them on the turntable too at the end, and we can kind of take a look at them. But it is the same truck, just different color. But I think it's a heck of an upgrade from the last one. So the second one, I will also preface this with a spoiler alert. This is Layla's Astana Hotto car, and if you watched last season, she ended up getting like kidnapped and some other things, and then like I said, spoiler alert, she ends up being an undercover that went rogue, and you see her car in the first episode of series 2 in a new black paint scheme looking very hardcore, and she's like robbing a bank truck. So her story is not over yet. And I really like this car. In the cartoon, it looks awesome in black. Like, it just looks so hardcore. So the car in general is a mix of like probably like a Datsun Z or early Nissan Z. And you know, a mix of a couple other things because it's a fantasy car. But man, look how killer that is. So the front has like metallic blue painted fog lights. The headlights are gold, which I really like. It has gold lace wheels, which the other one did too. It has painted taillights. It doesn't really have any other detailing because if you see in the cartoon, it's kind of like stealth mode now. But it looks awesome from the, like, with the gold on it. It looks good, and the blue is pretty cool. So, oh sorry. So here's the old one. Like I said, I'll put these on the turntable too. So it's got the same wheels, it's the same casting, but it does have you know, the extra detailing, and now it's all black. So the motion on this one is to pull out the little guns on the side. They push out. So this one was a little hard on the first one too, but that's what they do. They push out or push over. Let me see here. So that's what they look like when they're pushed out. It's pretty cool. Like I said, these are relatively affordable. They're $1.27, I think, at Target. There it is. This one's a little hard to do. But it's the same moving parts as the first one, just black. But it looks awesome in black. Like, definitely worth adding to your collection. Very cool. Okay. So let's open the Hyperfin. Whoop. That is Echoes, I believe. I'm gonna look at my notes again because I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, Echoes. I'm really bad with remembering characters' names, so... This looks awesome in blue, and we'll actually, even though this is a moving parts version, we will see this car hit the main line, I think in 2021 in this blue color, but I don't know if it will have the moving parts or not. But this looks awesome in blue. Really, really nice casting. Like, it's like a mix between like a Formula One car, like a slingshot. There's just a mix of a lot of different cars, because it's a fantasy car, but it looks awesome. So the little fold out, the wings fold out here from the side. Zoop. Zoop. Same action as before. Like I said, the first one was red, and it looked really cool too. It's basically, oh no, it is a different paint scheme. So the first one had like a bunch of waves on it, and this one's more stealthy. I think the second season is like a little more grown up, and they've like kind of graduated from their like street racing phase, kind of like Real Fast and the Furious, and now they're on to like hardcore criminal busting. So here's the wings on the Hyperfin. There you go. So there it is with both of them. It's the same casting, but man, it looks good in blue. I really like it in blue. Cool. Put those on the turntable as well. And then one of the best cars, if not the best car in the whole series, is the Ion Motors Thresher, Tony Toretto. The main character, it's his car, and this is what it looks like after they rebuild it. After it gets destroyed by the helicopter in the first episode of season 2, which is out on Netflix right now. You can watch it. It is on the kids side, so you have to hit like the kids to get to the kids side of Netflix. But to me, these are worth collecting as an adult because they are so killer. It's a good cartoon too. So this is a totally different paint scheme than the first one. I do like it. It has a little bit of that purple from the first release left over. It's got painted taillights, trim around the window. And this one, I don't know if you notice it, but it does have the outline for a sunroof, and that comes into play during the second season too. They kind of use that little added feature. So if you look at it side by side, not too much has changed from the actual casting, sorry. You can still see it's because it's in moving parts. They all have blacked out windows. It's the same. It's got the same like action on the bottom. So it goes like this. This one actually works a little better. Then the bottom of this one is, the original one is like black chrome, and this one is like a sparkly plastic, like gray looking plastic. It's pretty cool. So the exhausts are another thing that move on it. So when you put the switch back in, it moves. But this car looks awesome in gray. I'm a really big fan of the purple, the OG here, so it's hard to beat that one. But the car has lost its hood pins, it gained a sunroof, it lost the purple, and then now it has like a blue and gray stripe. So, and different wheels too. It's got the 10 spokes on it, and these were the retro slotted mags on the original. So very cool to see. And I don't know if you can actually see that, but it does have different taillight detail, where this one looks kind of like a stock, and this one almost looks like upgraded LEDs or aftermarket lights. So they gave the Thresher a little bit of an upgrade. I like it. I think this will be hot. It looks pretty good in purple, and I think the gray looks good too. So capitalizing on that like primer gray, how hot that color is right now. So very cool. All right, let's hop on to this last one. And like I said, this is Sashi. His car, I'm sorry for butchering the name. It was used heavily in the first series. It was almost like the crown jewel hypercar of the first series. And if you check it out, it does look like a mix of a bunch of supercars. So this is a brand new casting. This is one we've not ever gotten before, and the action looks like it shows like the exhaust coming out the back. So we'll pop it open and see what it actually does. So this is the one I was most looking forward to, since it is a new casting. We've never seen it before. Man, it looks cool. So the back reminds me very much so of the Koenigsegg Jesco that I unboxed for Supercar Saturday. I don't know, I might still have it somewhere close to where I can pair it. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I do. But it has like these supercar fins at the back to help with aerodynamics, and it looks very much like a mix of almost like a Lotus, a McLaren. You can see, like, to me, that looks very P1 McLaren or even 720S 570 inspired. The front end is very, very aggressive, and the wing in the back is very aggressive too. This is a good looking car. Really, every car in this series could be a real car. Like, they just look awesome. So this has a very long action to it. So it says, let's see, on the package it says to push this out. So, oh wow, so that sticks out really far. Check that out. That's pretty cool. And then let's see if I can I just do it with my finger? Yeah, so you can technically, you can pull it out the rest of the way and push it back in with your finger, which is nice. But it's a big action. It's probably the biggest moving part of all of them. Hardcore. That is sweet. This is a nice car. Like, that looks awesome. It looks like a supercar. Boom. Hypercar. So it does have, it's interesting because it has the black windshield, and these appear to be, like, the headlights appear to be the black windshield, but they have metallic blue lines painted on them like LED headlights, which I think is a nice touch. So even though you lose the windows and you kind of lose the clear headlights, you get the LED style lights with this. So that is pretty cool. They did a nice job on this. Really nice casting. Okay, so let me get out the turntable and we'll take a look at each of them here. Zoop. So first we'll do this one. We'll do the Superfin, so you can get a better look at it. They also upgraded, even though this has not been added to Hot Wheels lineup yet, they upgraded the hauler for the second season as well, and it is in like a more of like an army green color, at least from the episodes I was watching. I don't know if it switches later in the season, but we might get a updated version of that sometime too, which I would welcome because that's a pretty cool playset. So that's the Superfin. Okay, so here's the second cars. It is the Ion Motors Thresher. There it is in the original purple, and then the recolor on the gray just looks spectacular. Like, I think it looks awesome with that blue stripe. Their gray wheels fit it nicely. It is hard to me. The original one is still my favorite with the purple and the retro slot wheels, but the gray and those wheels make it look really nice for a second recolor. The gray base helps too, because it is a little bit different gray from the top of the body. So just in general, I think that that's a pretty good looking car. So not too bad for a recolor. Some recolors aren't too good, but this one's not too shabby. All right, and then we'll do the Astana Hotto. I'm gonna actually try to put these more side by side so you can see them better. But you can clearly tell, like, the first release, the fog lights are painted on the actual hood, but not the spotlight fog lights in the front. The back panel is painted blue, where the new one, the second series one, is black. The car is totally, like, blacked out. The chassis is now gray, whereas the first one was black. It does have the same movement. The gold wheels look killer on it, but the gold headlights and the blue painted fog lights really make a big difference. It really turns the front end around. It's a lot more detail to it, so I really like that. Very cool. Okay, on to the Hyperfin. Whoop, the blue one and the red one. I really like both these cars. I'm gonna try to put them over here so they'll spin a little better. I really like both of them. The blue looks awesome. The red looks awesome. This is a really cool fantasy casting. I like that the little fins pop out. It reminds me of the little fins that pop out of the Mach 5 and Speed Racer and some of the NASCAR racer stuff from the early 2000s. They did a really good job on the recolor. I like the gray turbine wheels look really good on it, especially paired to the blue paint. It makes a really nice, just overall cohesive look to the car. They really pulled off the recolor. It looks great. So I'm excited to find that one in the main line next year, the end of this year, whenever it pops out. I've seen pictures of it online. So here is the Rally Baja Crawler. So they did change it. You can see the wheels. I think the wheels, like the beadlock style wheels, make a huge difference. Oh, and the other one's trying to roll away. The rest of the truck is the same. The exhaust, the height, the bed, all the lights and stuff are the same. But I really think the recolor with the beadlock style wheels pulls this truck together. Like, this is a killer looking truck now. And it was before. To me, the green of this, which is correct to the cartoon, looked a little cartoony, where now the black one, like, that looks like a legit off-road truck. Like, it looks like it's ready to go pounce on some criminals. Very nicely done. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, like, of each version. Like, if you like the green one or the black one, or if you like the purple Ion Motors Thresher compared to the gray one better. Just let me know in the comments which ones you guys prefer. And I'm going to try to put them all up there at the same time here. All the new ones. So you can take another look at them. Sweet. So there they are. This has been an unboxing of the Hot Wheels Fast and Furious Spy Racer Series 2. They should be hitting at Target. Like I said, I bought them offline. I have not seen them in stores yet, so I'm hoping this is exclusive. If not, it's still cool. It's still early on. They're great looking cars. 5-car set. 4 cars we've seen before. The new one is the Superfin, boop, right there. Looks like a Cisco and a mix between that and a McLaren. So really cool. I like the moving parts. This is a great series. Once this hits stores, you should be able to buy all 5 of these cars for around $6, because they are, or maybe $7, because they're like $1.27 or whatever each. So they're just a little more. They're like Basics Plus, but the actions on them, to me, make it a lot better, make it worth the extra money as compared to like some of the 4th of July sets, or like the car culture, or not the car cultures, like the Walmart series that are $2 a piece. So cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to take some pictures and do a post on these, because I think these are pretty rad, and I'm excited that they keep coming out with this line. It's exciting to see new castings. Hopefully we'll get some more play sets and some more just in general Fast and Furious play sets and products in general. Because I like them. I know people might be sick of them, but I love them. So again, this is Sam from 64 Wheels. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. 64 Wheels on Instagram, and like I said, I'll be putting these photos on a post somewhere, probably lamely, and then I'll post a link in the bio, like my description, to the article or to the feature on them as well. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.